Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue on with what I was talking about on the last video. We're going to talk about if you're hit at a truck stop, or if they run, if it's a hit and run, the things that you should do. First and foremost, a hit and run, leaving the scene of an accident is not a wise decision. It's usually a crime, and it's going to carry a larger penalty than what you would have faced, because you will get caught. There's cameras and there's witnesses. They will find you, and once you're found, it's going to go worse on you. Okay, so let's not do this whole hit and run thing, y'all. It's not cool. It's not going to save you in the end. It's going to usually cost you more. Now, a lot of the reasons why drivers will do hit and runs, okay, adrenaline, it makes them make bad decisions. They might panic. If they're on a substance that they're not supposed to be on, or they just might be afraid of cops and confrontation. They didn't have proper licensing and they're worried about getting suspended. They could have an expired license. They could have been distracting or texting. They might not have even known it happened, until they get caught or they see somebody that saw them, or, they might have been drowsy. There could have been some other evidence. There's a lot of reasons a hit and run might have happened. That being said, anytime you've been hit or there's an accident, you got to gather information. You need as much information as possible. Take a lot of pictures or videos, okay? Do not try to stop somebody if they are trying to flee the scene. Stay safe is your number one concern, all right? This situation will pass. But if you go to chasing them down, you can also be at fault for leaving the scene of an accident. You're supposed to stay put and gather as much information as possible. And if you chase some people down, they could come at you with weapons. Y'all could have accidents, and it would take a smaller situation and turn it into an enormous problem. We don't need no more problems than what we got. We all know we got plenty of problems. Get the information. You want their license plate. You want the year, make, model of their vehicle, the color of their vehicles, the logos. Once you get as much information you can, make sure you look for witnesses. But, really, before all of that, you want to get on the phone with the law enforcement. Once you know everybody's safe, contact the law enforcement. Get them out there, because you're going to need to have reports made. All right? You're going to want to have police reports made. You're going to want to get witness names and phone numbers. Get every stick of evidence that you possibly can. Because everything can be used in a court of law. And if you have enough information, you might can prove neglect on the other driver's fault, on the other driver's part. And if they're neglectful, the payout could be more. And when you're dealing with a truck that you depend on for your livelihood, you need to get paid for the downtime. You need to get paid if you got hurt, any time you spent in the hospital. It is not a situation that you created. It is not wrong for you to go after as much as you can get, because you did not create this situation. It would be wrong if it was a situation you created to get cash. That is not the case. This is a situation that was totally created by another individual, probably being neglectful. Especially after what I see at these truck stops, with these drivers running through these truck stops wide open, not paying attention to what they're doing, whipping in without getting out and looking when they go to back in a spot. So if they hit you, you make them pay what they should pay. Maybe the next time they will be paying attention, and you might even save somebody's life. I included on that last video some names of some people that have been run over in the truck stops and some situations that happen. Things happen. Know what's around you. Be looking and making sure there's no small kids, no small animals running around. Be extra cautious when you're around parking lots and congested areas. Look, and even on top of that, construction zones have been the worst this week. Some of these barriers are getting really tight, and these trucks think they have to pass in that construction zone. Look, drivers, that construction zone will end, and you'll have plenty of room on the other side. You don't have to pass somebody in a construction zone and risk bumping them barriers or knocking them into the barriers or knocking mirrors off. You got to learn to be a little more patient. If your clock is running that tight, somebody needs to practice trip planning, either you or your dispatcher. Trip planning is key to you having a relaxing and productive career. Each load don't have to drive you to gray hair, don't have to stress you. You can have a little bit of time in there to stop and get a coffee, to stop and take a break, whatever you need. When you're running yourself that close to where you think you have to pass people in very tight congested areas, you need to rethink how you're working, because you're going to end up losing your license or costing somebody their life. But remember, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a trucker. This is just for entertainment and for, just to try to keep people safe and informed out there. God bless each and every one of you far and beyond your wildest dreams. And I will catch y'all on the next ride.